1862, in North Carolina, welcomed into the world a little boy who would soon become America's greatest short story writer. So, this is the room where he first learned to read and write. He studied in his aunt's kitchen until the school became too big for her kitchen. So I kind of twisted the kitchen and the house and the house and the school together. So this is what the upstairs would probably have been like. There probably would have been a ladder on the side, and then this is the blackboard, and this is the thing. These are the desks. So O. Henry would sit right here in this little back area. And the reason why there is no furnace pipe for the furnace is because when O. Henry first started school, like a few years in, he passed out when the gum when the teacher was not looking, and they all started chewing it, and then the teacher took it and put it in the furnace, and like a few seconds later it exploded. So this boy's name was William Sidney Porter. He was also known as O. Henry, which was his more famous name. He changed the spelling himself to Sidney. He changed it from S-I-D-N E-Y, to S-Y-D-N-E-Y. During the few public schools were open, that's why the aunt opened it. Therefore, Porter was taught by his aunt. That's why she was his aunt. So, this is my record. This is my thing. I hope you learned about O. Henry.
Go.
Upon entering the lobby of the O. Henry Hotel, there are 2 elevators made of polished brass and mirrors, inside and out. If you were to peer inside, you would find O. Henry story titles engraved on the shiny brass doorframe. Veering ahead, we discover a gigantic tea room. Its 20 feet tall walls are richly lined with cherry wood wainscoting. A green 5-foot tall spans the perimeter of the room at the top of the walls. On it, O. Henry's famous story, The Gift of the Magi, is written in gold letters. The opposite wall is filled with towering arched windows throughout the cozy room. Couplets of plush chairs are huddled around the tiny ornate tables topped with flowered tea sets.
The original O. Henry Hotel was a luxurious resort built in 1919 in downtown Greensboro. It was at the southwest corner of North Elm and Belmead Street and was the first of Greensboro's modern hotels. The first O. Henry Resort was constructed as a community project, with the leader being Clement George Wright. The established occupied G. Wright's old home and also his grandfather, Jesse Lindsay's. Once opened, the hotel did exceptionally well. Within 6 weeks of its opening, there was already not enough room for all the clamor of the people who wished to stay there. A nearby tobacco warehouse had to be converted into extra space to manage all the guests. With 300 rooms, the original hotel was among the finest and biggest in North Carolina for several decades. Sadly, as Greensboro expanded away from its downtown business slowed down greatly, and the building closed in the 1960s. In 1979, the first O. Henry Hotel burned to the ground. It was replaced in 1998 at Green Valley Road, where the second, more famous hotel stands today.
The O. Henry Hotel modern exterior. The O. Henry Hotel is a beautiful and magnificent building. It is named after the writer William Sidney Porter, whose pen name was O. Henry. William Sidney Porter lived most of his life in hotels, so the O. Henry Hotel is the perfect memorial to O. Henry. The hotel is built from red brick, pine, and cast granite. The O. Henry Hotel's old world charm is inviting to guests visiting the Greensboro, North Carolina area.
1879, William Sidney Porter, after his schooling was completed, went to work in a drugstore owned by his uncle. For 3 to 5 years, he worked at the W.C. Porter and Company drugstore, which was a mainstay in the city located at 121 South Elm Street in Greensboro. This building is still in use and is currently being used as law offices. On August 30, 1881, at 19 years old, he became a licensed pharmacist by the state. Also, it is said that in his spare time at work, he started sketching the people of the town and discovered he had a natural talent as an artist. The store would be later purchased by the man who would go on to invent Vicks Vapor Rub. You can explore a reproduction of the store at Greensboro History Museum in Greensboro, NC. Later in 1898, Porter was in prison due to being found guilty of embezzlement. While serving his sentence in prison, he was able to work in the prison hospital as the night druggist because he was a licensed pharmacist.